As people become busier and days become more demanding, many people turn to caffeine as a source of energy to make it through the day. Today, I will be informing you about caffeine. As a busy college student who seems to drink a few too many cups of coffee a day, I was interested in how this caffeine overload was affecting my body. In studies by the FDA, they found that over 80% of adults in the United States consume caffeine every day. The average adult intake is 200 milligrams per day. A study of 7th, 8th, and 9th grade students in Ohio found that on average, these students consume about 53 milligrams of coffee each day. Almost 1 in 5 students consume more than 100 milligrams of caffeine each day. In this speech, I will tell you what caffeine is, how we consume it, how it affects the human body, and exactly how much is too much. Let's first talk about the basics of caffeine. Although we've all heard and used the term caffeine, many people don't actually know what it is. Caffeine is a natural plant product found in over 60 plants. Some of these plants include coffee beans, tea leaves, kola nuts, and cocoa pods. Kola nuts are used to flavor soft drinks, while cocoa pods are used to make chocolate. Therefore, all of these products, coffees, teas, soda, and chocolate, all contain natural caffeine. Caffeine may also be produced synthetically. Sometimes synthetic caffeine is added to foods and drinks, and many times it is even added to medicines. Medically, caffeine is categorized as a central nervous system stimulant. The central nervous system is made up of your brain, spinal cord, and various other nerves in your body. Now that you know exactly what caffeine is, let's talk about how it can affect your body. Caffeine affects the human body a lot more than you may realize. Because it is a stimulant, caffeine and other nervous system stimulants excite neurons in your body and produce feelings of alertness and excitation. Caffeine reaches its peak in your body in about 1 hour, and its effects can last from 4 to 6 hours. Some of these effects from caffeine include making you feel awake and alert, giving you the jitters, therefore worsening anxiety and sleep disorders, inducing a headache. Caffeine may also cause confusion or even hallucinations, diarrhea, increased urination, increased blood pressure, and in women, it may make it harder to get pregnant. While most of these effects may be negative, there are a few benefits to consuming caffeine. In medicines, caffeine can treat tiredness and drowsiness and improve the effects of some painkillers. Caffeine can also help relieve the symptoms of a headache in some people. You may be thinking, I missed some of the effects of caffeine, but there are many myths surrounding caffeine and its effects. Caffeine is rumored to cure a hangover, but this has been scientifically proven to be a myth. Also, drinks with caffeine act as diuretics, meaning that they make you lose water. Therefore, beverages with caffeine do not quench your thirst. After learning how caffeine can make you feel, you may be wondering how much is enough, or rather too much. Like I said earlier, the average adult in the United States consumes 200 milligrams of caffeine per day. Studies showed that 100 to 200 milligrams of caffeine a day should be the caffeine limit for a healthy adult. This is the equivalent of 1 to 2 5-ounce cups of coffee, or for non-coffee drinkers, about 1.5 cups of tea or a little over 3 cans of pop. And if you've ever had a 5-hour energy shot, you've already consumed your limit for the day because they contain 200 milligrams of caffeine. Experts say that more than 4 cups of coffee a day, or over 600 milligrams, is way too much. Caffeine overdose is becoming more and more of a problem, as many people have started to consume caffeine tablets, which are the equivalent of up to 5 cups of coffee. This value for recommended caffeine intake changes for each person, based on their body size, sex, and sensitivity to caffeine's effects. Some people will be recommended to limit their caffeine intake even further, due to their health state and the side effects of caffeine. People with hypertension or high blood pressure, people with heart-related problems like irregular rhythm, people with stomach problems like acid reflux or ulcers, and people with osteoporosis, which is the loss of bone mass, as well as pregnant women, are all groups of people that should further limit their caffeine intake. For people with heart-related problems and hypertension, caffeine can make their heart work even harder. For pregnant women, there are many reasons they should limit their caffeine intake. Caffeine can cross into the placenta and cause the baby's heart rate to skyrocket, which can be fatal for a fetus. It can cause slow fetal growth also, so it is important for women to consult their doctor about a recommended caffeine intake while pregnant. Recommended caffeine intake is different for everyone. If you think you may be at risk, it is important to consult your doctor. My purpose today was to inform you about caffeine, what it is, how it affects your body, and how much is too much. After all of this information, you may want to start rethinking that third cup of coffee. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new about caffeine today.